given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Dies for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan. Oh Ramadan. Zais for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Zais for salamun alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum assalam.
And welcome to the Tech Show on Ramadan FM. Today's me and Diaz hosting, and I'm joined by Faisal.
Assalamu alaikum.
And I'm joined by someone who's also called Faisal, depending on who you ask, but we call him Nazir. Okay, so we're here today to discuss all things about technology, and I think the first topic we're going to go for is apps, Islamic apps, I guess.
Islamic apps, okay,
Yes.
great.
So I think nowadays pretty much everyone's got smartphones and stuff, so we thought we'd run through a few of the apps that we use and see if anyone else finds them useful. So, first of all, you got a smartphone?
I do.
Naz?
Yeah, I've got a smartphone.
Cool, sounds good. So I'm assuming that you both use all these apps on a regular basis.
On a daily, on an hourly basis, of course.
Yeah, so it's important to note we're not being paid to promote any of these apps. All of it's going to be our own.
I don't mind.
Oh yeah, but
It's like charity.
yeah. So we're just doing a nice. Yeah, hopefully we're helping people out. And of course, if any of you guys know any apps that you use every day, you can always let us know. You can give us a ring on 0208 133 4107, or you can send us a WhatsApp message on 075 1429 6562, and if you don't have a smartphone, I guess you can send us a text as well on that number. You can find us, we're streaming now on Facebook at Ramadan FM. You can catch us on the TuneIn app, which I guess if you're listening to this, you're already listening to us, so there's no point promoting those, I guess. But yeah, you can join us on the Facebook if you do want to watch us. And even though this is the tech show, we did have a few technical issues getting that one going, that's why we have started a bit past the hour.
Yeah, it's just that Facebook Live.
Yeah. So
it's playing up.
but it seems to be working now. Is it? I don't know. If someone's watching, can they let us know if they can see us? Because it looks like a blank screen to us, actually.
Yeah, something's up with that.
Yeah. Oh well. There's not much we can do about that. So we might as well get started, I guess. So the first app that we were going to talk about, I guess, is probably the one that most people know. It's Muslim Pro.
Muslim Pro is a good app.
So I don't think by using it you become a professional Muslim, but it does have a lot of useful features. I don't know if any of you guys, what do you think is the best feature in that app?
It's got the Quran in there, which obviously is very good.
Yeah.
But it's got some other things in there as well, like place to find local halal places,
Okay.
which I think is pretty cool. The compass as well. They've got some good features, and they've got a lot of different features on that actually.
I feel like it's got almost everything.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about Muslim Pro, is that it's sort of like a, I don't know what the right word, jack of all trades kind of thing. It does pretty much everything you'd want.
It's even got like a zakat calculator. And stuff.
Yeah, which it's been pretty
really
useful.
see
It's got a fasting tracker. Although I'm not sure if you can forget that you've whether you fasted or not today.
You know, I found an interesting one the other day. It shows you your birthday in the Islamic calendar.
Okay, that's quite handy.
It's pretty cool.
It's even got ads.
Yes, but you can pay for the
ads.
you can pay for the premium one. And again, we're not being paid to say that, but I think it is worth paying for, because I paid for it about 5 years ago, maybe. I think I paid about £2 or something like that, and now I can use it without ads since for 5 years.
I think they've made a change now, because it used to be that those ads played videos and the sound came on automatically.
Okay.
And so when you're in the masjid, then sometimes you can't see the board, so you just check the prayer times on your phone, and then suddenly like some singing frog comes on or something. So luckily they've changed that now.
Yeah, I think that is generally the problem. Those are the adverts that are most annoying generally everywhere, is ones where that they start playing audio for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good change if they've got rid of that. But yeah, so what else do they do? They've got prayer times. They've got Quran, like Nazir was saying.
They've got widgets.
Widgets. So do you want to explain what widgets are?
It's just like side things that you can put on your home screen normally.
Okay, so that's something you can do on Android.
Yeah.
The app is available on iOS as well for iPhones and iPads, but I don't think they have widgets. But that's quite handy, so you can check on your home screen then when your next prayers are, that kind of stuff.
Times on the front screen.
Just scrolling through it now, they've got a section called Makkah Live, which seems to go to a YouTube stream of Makkah, basically, which that's quite a nice feature.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if anyone can see us. If anyone's watching on the chat, I'll just put my phone up to the to the webcam.
What's the fasting tracker?
So that it basically, I've been using it the last couple of days. It just, when you go on the app during Ramadan, it says, "Are you fasting today?" You say yes or no, and then it says, "Well done," and it says, it shows you this Ramadan. So 3 days fasted, 0 days missed, 26 days left, and it's got a bracket for estimated on that.
Okay, maybe for younger people.
Yeah, that might be something they enjoy. My only gripe with the app, I guess, I'm not really a fan of the community feature. I don't know about you guys.
So is that where it shows you all the halal places?
No, so it's like it just shows you like random people saying, "Can you make dua for this or dua for that?" And you can click a button saying yes.
Okay, yeah, I've just opened it up now.
Yeah.
Please pray for me to get good marks in 10th standard.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I'm not too keen on that feature personally.
I don't know, because you know what, like, I think it could be a good thing.
Yeah.
If people do make dua, because obviously, if you make dua for someone, the angels make dua for you, isn't it? So, it's a good idea.
But the problem I have with it, are you actually making dua, or are you just clicking the button saying make?
Yeah, no, that was
saying make dua.
I think it's just to show the number of people sort of all on one app kind of thing.
That's one thing that's quite impressive. There's one there that says 630,000 times one of them has been prayed for, apparently. So that shows that there are quite a lot of people using the app.
I'll have to put one on there to make me a billionaire.
But I think, the thing I like about them is they do update the app regularly, I guess. So, yeah, I've had the app, like I was saying, for about 5 years, and it's changed dramatically. When I got it,
everyone's got this app.
Yeah, I think when I got it first, it was just prayer times, and I think maybe the compass.
I think the Quran was in there at the beginning as well.
Was it?
I'm sure.
I think that's one of the things they added as well.
I think they've got a lot of different reciters on there as well, don't they?
Yeah, that's another good feature actually. You can change between the people depending on who you prefer. I think you can change your different like adans if you want them to.
Yeah. I've just clicked on daily inspiration.
What's that section?
So there's reminders basically. So it says Ramadan is about breaking bad habits, not putting them on pause.
Okay.
Another one
gives you a nice option to share it as well.
Ramadan is the time to empty your stomach to feed your soul.
We could use that as a RFM.
I'm thinking they've taken it from RFM, haven't they? Isn't that our jingle?
It sounds like it. We'll have to get in touch with them and see what
copyright issues they've breached.
Oh, they've got mosques on there as well. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, let's see if we've got what they picked up from Milton Keynes.
The ones that.
So it's getting our location. Oh, yep, so it's got the Milton Keynes Islamic Centre, which is where we are, saying it's for 57 yards away. But it's actually got that one twice. Oh no, actually that's a different one. That's the Fishermead one it's got there.
Oh, the new one.
Is that open? Do we know?
Yeah,
the masjid, apparently it is. I haven't been.
And then it's got Rhoda as well. It's picked that up. So it's picked up most of the mosques in Milton Keynes, so that's pretty handy actually.
Yeah.
And I think if you click on them, it will take you to Google Maps, and then you can get.
I think it does.
You can get directions.
The picture of the mosque and everything in it.
Which that's quite handy because not all of the mosques are on Google Maps actually. So if you search for them just on Google, you might not necessarily find it. So that's pretty much Muslim Pro, I think. But yeah, if there's any others that people know of, again, they can let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can find us on Facebook, or you can get us at WhatsApp 0751 429 6562. But yeah, so what are any other apps that we are thinking of today?
There was a few like praying ones that I saw.
Yeah. So I noticed there's one that you sent us when we were looking at it that it wasn't actually an Islamic app in the end.
Yeah, no, it was it's a little bit non-Islamic.
So I guess that's one thing that we one thing that we need to err on the side of caution for when you're looking for apps and stuff is you need to verify where it's actually coming from and the content that's going to be inside it.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
So there's one that I found actually that looks quite good. It's called Halal Check.
Yeah.
Yeah. This looked really interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know whether this is available for iPhones or not because I don't have one. But I found it on the Google Play Store, and it says you can type in whatever e-number you want or some other stuff like that, and it will tell you whether it's halal or haram.
Okay.
So an example they've got here is E319, which is apparently the chemical name is called tert butyl hydroquinone. And they shorten to TBHQ. They're saying if it has vegetable oil as a carrier, then it's halal. If it's animal-based fat, then it may be haram. So actually, that was not that useful because it's saying it might be one of the other.
Okay. Is this based on a scan that you did?
This is just on their homepage. They've got a few popular ones.
What I understand is you scan in barcodes, right?
I don't think you can scan barcodes, but you can type in the E number.
Oh, okay.
So let's make one up. Let's try E562. Okay, that's not an E number. Okay, here's one. E102. Tartazine. So this says it's halal. It's a colouring. It's a synthetic one. So that's handy to know. Then let's see if they've got an example of a haram one. So here's one. E120. Cochineal. So it's carminic acid, which is colour obtained from insects. And that's haram. I think that's what they use in M&M's.
They use that quite a lot of things.
I hate to break it to people, which
that's for the red ones.
Yeah, I was very upset to learn because M&M Crispies were pretty nice.
Yeah, I've not that,
yeah.
It's usually to colour in red food.
Red food, yeah. I think they've got a picture of a red insect actually on the.
I thought it used to be an ant.
So what's that app called again?
So that one is called Halal Check.
Halal Check.
Yes.
Okay, that's really
Let me double check on the name, but I think that's what it's called.
So it's really going into the ingredients and the top part of the ingredients that we wouldn't understand.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When we've all heard of E numbers and stuff. But
you know what I could have done with this 2-3 days before Ramadan?
Yeah.
Went to Morrison's and started having a look, and there was like all these E.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You see all these E numbers, and you know their additives and stuff, but you have no idea off the top of your head whether it's halal or haram. You can kind of get a guess from whether it says it's suitable for vegetarians or not.
Yeah, that's what I look out for.
Yeah, but there's some stuff that is, I don't know, definitely worth.
You need a PhD to be able to read some of these ingredients.
Yeah, well, you heard the name was one of those chemicals. Like I did chemical engineering, and it still took me a while to figure out how to even say that. Say that one. But yeah, so let's move on to the next one. Any recommendations coming from the audience? Have we got any text or anything coming in? I just realised I was asking Faisal and Nazir, but I'm the one who's got the phone. And we do actually have a text, which is good to know, because we did our whole show yesterday and we didn't get one text, so we're very excited that we've got a text. So someone's saying, Salam, has anyone tried the Halal Trip app?
No.
No?
No.
So I've not heard of this one, so let's check it out. I'm going to get the plate, open up my phone. Halal Trip. Let's see. So this app's called Halal Trip, and it's saying it's about food, restaurant, travel, and prayer times. So it's saying it's a halal food and restaurant finder, nearby food review, halal travel, and prayer tracker. So that seems quite cool. I'm going to give that an install because that's again. I guess that points to like one of the Muslim Pro features. Yeah. About the finding halal food places.
But I guess they might have some different ones.
Yeah, so there's one thing I've found about Muslim Pro's one is that it's not necessarily 100% accurate. Like there's not that many places in there. Oh, okay. So if this is a more specialised app, then it might be pretty good. Yeah, so for me, example, the other day I was staying in Newbury where I work, and I was trying to figure out where I can go for iftari because there's not many halal places there, if any at all.
Didn't you end up eating a bean burger?
Yeah, so I had a veggie burger from Nando's in the end because I didn't know where else to. I didn't know where else to go. So if I had an app like this, it
was the veggie burger, not the mushroom and halloumi.
No, so I was thinking about mushroom halloumi because I do like halloumi and I do like mushroom, but I just decided it wasn't worth paying £8 just for a mushroom and cheese. I just couldn't justify.
It's a big mushroom there.
That is true, but it's still a mushroom. I could get a 4-pack of mushrooms for like £1 from Sainsbury's.
It was a nice halloumi though.
The halloumi is nice. Don't get me wrong. I like halloumi.
Halloumi is very underrated in this world.
Yeah, I agree. Nando's, I think they do a halloumi fries now as well, which I've been meaning to try out.
They do.
I've not got around to it yet.
I think I need some halloumi today.
But I suppose this is the thing about when we're doing shows in Ramadan, we can quite easily end up talking about food.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be, at least in the first couple of days, what's on everyone's mind. So I've installed this Halal Trip app, and it seems quite good. It's got a feed of like sort of a social network going on a bit, but sadly with pictures of food on.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's got the mosque finder again. So let's see, find nearby mosque. Let's see if it gets us lot. So interestingly, it has us, yes. So it has the Islamic Centre, and they rather than putting on a list, they put it on a map, which is quite cool.
Oh, okay.
So you can see straight away on the map, and then you can jump
How
into
close it is and stuff.
you can jump into Google Maps. Let's see what else have they got.
So I use the iQuran
Okay.
app.
I think I've heard that's one of like the original smartphone apps.
I downloaded it years ago.
Yep.
And it's a really simple app. It's got all the surahs.
Yep.
There's a pro version and there's a non-pro version, and you can basically click on a surah, a verse, to hear it.
Okay.
So that's really useful. And then you can pick your translator as well. And you can also pick your reciter too. But that's only in the pro version. So
well, it does sound like a good feature.
I've got that version. It's quite useful. So a different translator, a different reciter. You can bookmark surahs as well.
Oh, that's really handy.
Is it bookmark where you left off?
You can make it bookmark where you left off. And it's also got the tajweed rules as well. So the color-coded ones as well.
Okay.
So that's really useful for recitation. And even if you can't get it, you can just press play, hear that surah, and if you can't quite understand one reciter, just change to the other. So it's a really good way of improving your Quran.
Yeah, that's good. I know my mum uses that one on her iPad. I didn't realise they had an Android version as well, so that's quite handy.
I assume the name suggests that it was on
iPad. So I think because I seem to remember it was when the iPhone first came out and they first launched their app store. I think it was one of the first sort of Islamic apps.
Yes.
That was out there. So it's good to see that they're still around and they're still a popular app.
It's good that they got loads of reciters as well.
Yep.
That's really cool.
I think one thing I would say as well is this: if you can, it's worth getting the pro versions of these because they're often small companies or small teams of developers.
Yeah.
And no one likes ads, but they need ads to support their because it's not free to run those kind of those businesses. So if you can spare a couple of pounds or whatever it is to them guys and buy their pro version, I think it will be handy so that they can keep developing it and ensuring that you get future updates, that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we've got a couple of comments on Facebook actually. So we've got one saying "Great show, lads." So thank you for that, Seamus. We've got one from an Ismail. He's saying, "I've had many veggie burgers from Nando's. Sad times. I would definitely recommend getting lots of sides instead." I think that's a fair thing because I guess that's one good thing about Nando's is their sides are very good. And
there's 3 burgers. That's the point.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
3.
One of them's not great. I've had it. I think it's the standard veggie burger.
Okay.
And then you've got the mushroom one that we talked about, and you've got a bean burger.
Yep.
So the second 2 are a lot better. So if you're
I actually really liked the bean burger. I was surprised. Like
better than halloumi.
I don't know whether it was just because I was I'd been fasting all day or what, but it was actually a pretty good burger. I didn't really necessarily miss that I wasn't having meat.
Yeah.
I think it also helped that at the time I went, iftari time, there was pretty much no one else in the restaurant, so I didn't see anyone else eating chicken or anything.
Oh, yeah. I think the worst thing is the smell, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
But definitely their sides are good. So, I mean, I had the rice at the time, but obviously the chips are good, the rice is good, garlic bread's good.
The halloumi's good.
So you can stock up on that.
Definitely.
And we've got another one saying the Zabiha app. So this is a Tahir who's saying he's used it in the US, Australia, and Europe. So I've not used that one myself, but I think that's another one for finding halal food.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And that's good to know that they're global as well.
Yeah.
So you can have that one in case you're travelling abroad, and you'd still be pretty clued up.
Especially if you're going to Europe or somewhere like that, man.
Yep. And so actually we've got another text. It's called United Ummah. They're recommending this one. They're saying it's a good app and it's quite new. So let's check this one out. See if we can get this in before the break.
United Ummah.
Yeah.
What would that do?
I mean, I'm hoping it's something to do with Man United, but I'm not 100% sure that it will be.
You'd be lucky.
So it says it's a crowdsourced volunteer system, so you have help on hand regardless of where you are.
Oh, okay.
So that's quite interesting. So looking at some screenshots of it, you can sign up with your profile. You can say if you've got jobs available that you need help with. You can see if other people are offering jobs. Yeah, that's quite cool actually.
You'll see a few
and you can say what you're willing to volunteer for. So like emergencies, community stuff, goods and services. If people need help learning about Islam, that's actually quite cool.
So is it mainly to do with finding volunteers then?
Yeah. So but you can also say stuff that you charge for as well. So if there's one example, if you've got like a tow truck or something,
yeah,
you can offer that on that. I guess it's kind of a bit like Gumtree in that sense. You kind of offer your services too, but it seems a bit more focused on sort of Islam and the community, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And
it's an interesting idea actually.
The chat is encrypted as well, which is handy if people care about that. Some people do. I do. Not everyone does.
Yeah.
But that's quite a handy feature. So thank you for texting that one in, because that's good. So we're finding apps as well that we didn't know about.
I think we should maybe do like a little...
Okay, so the texter said that there's an SOS button on it as well. So if you're in trouble and you press SOS, someone who has the app nearby will know about it, and they'll come and find you. That's quite a cool feature, actually. Really especially if you're in a place you don't know.
Yeah.
And you can get some help there, but that's quite good.
It's like a Call a Muslim app.
Yeah, basically, it's like find your nearest Muslim. Which, to be honest, it's true. Like sometimes you are in those situations. Like when I moved to Newbury at first, you're sort of looking around and you're like, okay, am I on my own? What's going on?
But it sounds like that's an emergency.
Yeah, but that's an emergency. I wouldn't recommend you just sitting in your hotel room. I need to find someone to hang out with and put the SOS button.
I think I'd stick to 999 for now.
Yeah,
but maybe if this app picks up, we could test it.
So I guess that's the thing. These kind of apps, they rely on a big user base. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to install it and I'll check it out.
Yeah, I guess. It'll be worth sharing around with your friends as well.
Yeah, so if you guys are listening as well, check it out as well. Then we never know. We might have quite a massive community on there in the end, and we might all be, finding volunteers, and maybe next time you're moving house or something, you just use your
maybe
United Ummah app.
Maybe Imtiaz will come and help you move it in.
Yeah, maybe I will. Can't guarantee it, but maybe I will. So we're just going to go for our ad break now, and then we will be back for another half an hour where we're going to carry on talking about Islamic apps, and hopefully we'll get a few more texts and maybe some calls, and we'll carry on. Okay.
Freshest subs made your way. Come to Subway in Netherfield, the only halal Subway in Milton Keynes. Choose from a huge selection of breads, fillings and delicious sauces, all 100% halal. This Ramadan there's a special offer. For only £10 you'll get any 2-foot-long subs, 2 cookies or crisps and 2 drinks. Subway Farthing Grove Netherfield. It's halal.
Give someone a very special gift this Ramadan. Share this radio station with them. It'll be Sadaqah Jariyah for you, and inshallah they will be rewarded.
Intercargo Logistics Simplified. For all of your transport requirements, Intercargo offers transport by air, sea and road, helping you move all your freight around the world. We offer import and export services with direct link to HMRC Customs, enabling us to customs clear your goods at entry, airport or port of entry in the UK.
We're fully accredited by IATA
and have offices in Milton Keynes, London Heathrow, Manchester, Glasgow, New York, Toronto, Dublin, Amsterdam and Paris. We can meet all of your logistical needs. Intercargo Logistics Simplified.
Bless and be blessed this Ramadan with Al Khair Foundation, by donating your zakat with confidence on 03000 999 786 or give online at alkhair.org.
For a list of all our sponsors, please visit ramadanfm.com.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. You're back with the tech show with me, Imtiaz, and I've got Faisal and Nazir with me.
Assalamu
alaikum.
So we've had a good first half hour, I think. We've got lots of people texting in and commenting on Facebook and that kind of stuff, which is always nice to see that we're not just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
So in the first half, what did we talk about? We talked about Muslim Pro. We found out some new apps, United Ummah, Zabiha, stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's been quite good, especially for us as well, to find some more. And
just making our phones smarter.
Yes, so making a smartphone even smarter. So I've got one actually that it's not necessarily an Islamic app, but it's just it's a handy app that has an Islamic part to it, kind of. It's called Pocket Cast.
Oh, what's this?
So it's a podcasting app.
Oh, okay.
So you can check out different podcasts. But then also you can get Islamic ones on there as well. So there's this company called Muslim Central. They post different talks from people.
Yeah. So most of the talks we play on RFM are from that website, Muslim Central.
Yeah, so they're great.
So they've got an app as well.
So they have their own app, but then this one's a separate app. It's called Pocket Cast. So I like to listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm commuting to work.
Yeah.
You'll find it's quite good. You get to learn something as well as listen. It keeps you entertained. So like I listen to a lot of sports ones, technology ones, but then I've also you can add in the Muslim Central ones. So, like, for example, the Mufti Menki's, I think we're playing them at the moment, isn't he? He's doing supplication one once a day.
Yes, he's doing that, and so far we're playing them on Friday, so we're going to go through the whole series, but Friday, 3 p.m, we've got some playing.
Right. So that's one of the good things. So then you get them straight on your phone as they come out.
Okay.
Which is quite handy. So, and it's in with all your other podcasts as well, so you don't need a separate app.
So you're saying there's no need to listen to RFM?
I'm saying if you miss it on RFM, there's something you can catch up on.
Okay.
And of course you can use it outside of Ramadan as well, like just for your general commuting and whatever, listening to podcasts. And I think if you have a smart home product like a Google Home or an Amazon Echo, you can actually talk to it and tell it to play the certain podcast, and it'll just start playing it, which is quite handy.
Does it save on the app, or?
So you can have both. You can stream it, or you can download it when you're on your Wi-Fi. So you can have it. So if you're going on the tube or something, you can make sure you've got it.
And how about downloading it as an MP3 to then?
So you can't download it as an MP3 from it, but then maybe when you download it, it might save it as an MP3 somewhere on your phone.
Yeah, that'd be
but
good.
I'm
for
not too
people
sure
that
about
run out of data.
Yeah, but you can definitely download it to listen offline.
Yeah.
Because I know Nazir, I can usually WhatsApp him for the first 5 days of the month, and then after that, he has to resort back to text messaging because he runs out of data.
Oh really? How much data do you have?
I don't know, but it just goes quickly. Believe it on YouTube, man.
No, if you watch videos, then
it kills
they're
it.
gone. Yeah,
Kills
I would
it.
wait for Wi-Fi before streaming any videos.
Agreed. But what was I saying? I quite like the app. If you have Android Auto or CarPlay in your car as well, it works with that. So you can access the podcast on your car screen, so you don't have to use your phone when you're driving, which is always good. And since we were talking about smart home stuff, I haven't actually tried it yet, but because we're on the TuneIn app, I think you can speak to your smart speaker and tell them to play Ramadan FM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if anyone's at home, they can give it a go. You can say, OK, Google, play Ramadan FM, or Alexa, play Ramadan FM.
I think it'd be pretty cool if someone...
Hopefully I'm setting off some people's speakers now. Actually. So if anyone's listening and they've got a speaker near, I'll just say it one more time. Alexa, play Ramadan FM. OK, Google, play Ramadan FM. If anyone has got those things, let us know how that worked out.
I wonder if that'll work on the phone. You know where you
it should do, but you'd need the TuneIn app installed, I think. So we can give it a go.
I've got the TuneIn app.
Yeah,
so OK, Google, play Ramadan FM. So it's saying I looked for Ramadan FM, but it either isn't available or can't be played.
Let me try one. Play Ramadan FM from TuneIn. They're saying the same thing. Let me try it. Let me give it one more go.
So your theory isn't that great at the moment.
Play Ramadan FM from TuneIn. Okay, so it's saying sure, asking to play Ramadan FM Leicester. So sadly, they've gone for Leicester first.
Their SEO is a bit higher than ours.
Let me see, maybe has ours got a slightly different name on TuneIn?
Yeah, it's now called MK Ramadan FM, I think.
Okay, let's try that.
Or the other way around.
Play Ramadan FM MK from TuneIn.
That's the other way around.
Okay, so that just search for it. Let's do it one last go. Play let's try it one last time. Play MK Ramadan FM from TuneIn. So it found the Google link to it, but it didn't start playing it. But it's worth a go trying it at home. Let us know how it goes.
I could have written a dissertation in that time.
I would like to see a dissertation that you could have written in that time. I think we'll put you up to that task.
We'll do that
next show. We'll give you a minute and see what dissertation you can you can come up with. So let's see. I did find another app. It was called Daily Supplications.
Yeah, I saw that. I really like that actually.
So this one, I'm just going through the setup of it now. It asks you if you can set a translation for the supplications. You can also do prayer times and stuff, and you can get a pro version to remove the ads, as we're saying. But it's quite cool. I think it gives you loads of different categories. So you've got like morning, evening, night, travel, food, rain, animals even.
I think
and you can click on each one, and it gives you like a dua or supplication you can read for that specific situation, which I think is pretty cool. Again, I'm not sure if this is out for iPhone because I don't use one, but I'm sure there'll be something similar.
What I did like about it was like it's very straight to the point.
Yep.
You know, like if I want to know like a dua for a particular thing, I can just type it in rather than find a general one.
Yeah, I agree. It's quite cool.
It's really good.
I'll just quickly put it up to the Facebook webcam, see if you can see it. It's quite a nice user interface as well. It's very, like Nazir saying, it's very straightforward. You can all figure out what it's for, that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can remove adverts on it as well, which is always good. I think we're running out of apps now. Has anyone else got any apps that they've thought of?
There was a praying one. There was a praying one that I found.
Yep.
What is it called?
So actually, that'd be interesting. Is there an alternative to Muslim Pro? Because some people might want something a bit more simple rather than everything in one app.
I think there's alternatives depending on what you want. Like iQuran, for example, if you want just the Quran. There's loads of Qibla compasses out there.
Yep.
I know some people have trouble with them because I think they all work in different ways. Some of them base it on your GPS. Others might be actually using some magnetic field.
Yeah, so I found some of the ones that actually do use the compass in your phone, they sometimes are a bit unreliable. Especially because compasses, they can get affected by any sort of metal. And I've got a metal sort of sticker on the back of my phone because I use a magnet holder in my car. So it pretty much never works for me.
But then GPS, that relies on being at least outside the window, right?
Yeah.
And you're never really praying outside. So it's a funny one.
Yeah. I think the compass one is generally more reliable, but yeah, if you do have one of those like magnetic car holders, that kind of stuff, it's going to throw your compass out of whack.
Yeah.
So I know you can. It does detect if it's got interference, and you can make a figure of 8 with your phone. You can sit there going like that, but even that doesn't always sort out the problem. But yeah, there's definitely. So there's one that I tried to install. It's called Adhan Pro, but I can't get it to open. I don't think it's anything to do with the app. It's because I'm running a beta version of Android on my phone.
Okay.
So I think the app just hasn't been updated yet to support that. So that's more my problem than theirs. I don't know if any of you guys can get it running. I'll send you a link to it.
Adhan Pro.
Yes.
Okay.
That one looked like a decent alternative to Muslim Pro.
And is that just 5 times Adhan or?
It looks like they've got quite a lot of features as well, like a compass and. But it looks like they've separated out their other stuff. So like the Quran, they've got a separate app called Quran Pro. That kind of stuff.
And there's just so many nowadays.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Down, and they all got 4.7, 4.9.
Yeah, they're all rated really highly.
But I'm just thinking, like, you know, obviously, Muslim Pro's got everything in there in one place.
Yep.
But they probably won't have the best of them things.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So sometimes some of the more specific ones might actually be better.
Yeah, so I would say like
So that's what we're saying about the food one. I think definitely some of the other food ones might have more.
Yeah, I would say still have Muslim Pro and use it, but then when you're stuck and can't think of it, see anything else, then you can go to another one, you know.
Yep. You can definitely can, yeah.
What was that one that we got told about today, the halal one?
Yeah, halal trip.
Yeah.
That
would be
so let's see if we got any more comments from anyone. Let's check the phone. Oh, we've got a few more WhatsApp messages. Let's see what everyone's saying. So someone has messaging saying there's this website called fatlama.com. They said it's an app for selling stuff. I think I must be reading that right. Fat Llama. Let me just check that out before anyone goes to it. Okay, so it's Fat Llama. It's called borrow stuff you need, lend stuff you don't. Okay, so I guess it's kind of like Gumtree, but it's you can rent stuff rather than actually buying it. Don't necessarily, it's not really an Islamic app, I guess, but it still seems quite useful.
An app, and the llama in the picture is pretty skinny to me.
Yeah, he doesn't look fat, unless they've different standards of fat for llamas.
But I don't think.
But yeah, you can get like a VW camper van for £150 a day. I don't know if that's good or not. You can rent cameras and lenses. That's quite cool. You can get LED lighting, electric bikes. You can rent for a certain amount of money a day. That seems actually quite cool, because I suppose some people who buy some like expensive equipment, they might not use it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's be a good way to get some money back for you on stuff you bought, and without actually committing to actually getting rid of it, which is always good.
So we got a text here saying, I use the My Dua app. It has loads of different duas, so you can find the right dua for anything, and it gives you the dua in Arabic, the transliteration, the translation, and also the reference of the dua. They even have a recitation of the dua that you can play. It doesn't have any ads, and you can favorite the duas as well.
Ooh, okay.
It's just for duas.
So this seems quite similar to that daily supplications then. But that is quite handy that no adverts at all. Just looking at it now, it's got a 4.9 out of 5-star rating on the Play Store. So they're definitely doing something right.
I guess focusing on the actual app first before bringing in the ads, or maybe they don't intend to bring them in at all.
Yeah, maybe they don't. Yeah,
that can be a really good, because I think everything's bombarded with ads these days.
100%.
So I'm just looking at their thing. They've got a few more. They've got another one called My Deen, which they call it a Muslim guide. So that's their more all-in-one app. That's got prayer times, compass, hadiths, mosques, and halal places. I think that does seem, maybe that's a way for people to go, because they can have an all-in-one app.
Yeah.
But they should also have some separate apps where they break it out and do more.
Yeah, definitely.
More detailed stuff.
How easy is it to create an app? I mean, have you ever made an app before?
I haven't myself, but I think nowadays it's getting easier and easier.
You can make apps on your phone and stuff now, right?
Can you?
Yeah.
I guess
apps on there to make apps.
Yeah, like a drag and drop app builders and things.
Well, that's the thing. I guess technology is so advanced nowadays. It'd be rare that you'd actually have to, unless you really want to, you probably wouldn't have to sit down and do the actual.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Plugins and codings and stuff.
Or you could even just pay someone to make it for you.
Because that's what happened with websites, I guess, as well, wasn't it? For ages, websites, you had to really know what you're doing to make a website. But now anyone can get like a WordPress site.
Yeah, and Wix.
It's fairly easy to
Wix, there's loads of different things like that. So I'd imagine, there must be something for app building as well.
100%.
I suppose the only problem with apps is that you'd have, if you want to get the distribution, it's quite expensive to get in the Apple App Store. I think it's like $100 a year or something.
Really?
Yeah. And then the Play Store, I'm not sure how much it is as well.
Okay.
But that's a separate issue, I guess.
I didn't know that. You had to pay to get onto the stores and stuff.
I think there used to be an MKMA app, wasn't it, back in the day? They used to have Ramadan.
I think there still is.
They used to have Ramadan FM
at the beginning.
I don't know much about it.
I remember that used to have Ramadan FM in.
Yeah, that you could listen to on the app directly.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's quite simple just to go onto the RFM website and you can listen from there. When we first started Ramadan FM, there was no way of actually playing it on your phone, or it worked on some phones, but it sort of disconnected and all sorts. And now it's become a lot easier as smartphones have progressed.
Yeah, that's true. And I suppose the TuneIn app is available pretty much on every platform.
I like the TuneIn app, but I don't like it at the same time. Right? I like the fact that you can pause a live stream.
Yep.
Half an hour later, let's say I'm listening at work, I pause the stream, I go into a meeting, an hour later I come back, I can carry on from where I left off.
Okay, that's quite cool.
But I don't like it because you can pause the live stream, right? And it can confuse people.
Yeah,
right?
if you're a bit confused at home, Faisal has just said that he likes it and dislikes it for the same... For the exact same reason.
Yeah, because sometimes I pause it. That's my way of stopping it, right? Because I don't want to accidentally pull my headphones out.
Okay, but then let me guess. So later on, you go back to it. You've forgotten that you paused it, and you're like, then 2 hours.
I'm like,
behind.
The Imtiaz show is on. I can't wait. I press play, and there's like something else playing, some like foreign language, and I'm like, oh, what? Is it not started? What's going on? Then I realise halfway through the show that I'm actually lagging. Hit refresh, and I've missed the Imtiaz show.
Missed the whole show. That's a good point, actually. Maybe that's something that they can look into at TuneIn. I think we do have a contact there, isn't it? So someone who puts.
I guess it's intentional.
Yeah.
We've got a part on the website that says alternative link. So what I do now is I go onto there, and there's another player. That one actually stops it and starts it off from where it is live. So that's the one I actually use.
So that's quite handy. So yeah, we're getting into the last 10 odd minutes of the show for the first week. So we've gone through quite a lot of apps, I think.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's any more that we can even cover now, because we've gone through so many.
On this show, is what's the next show about?
So that is a good question. I don't want it to make it sound like we're just sort of planning it as we go along. But I guess actually, since you guys are listening and you're texting in and stuff, what do you want the next show to be about?
So it's a tech show.
Yeah, so it's going to be a tech broadly. I have some ideas, but not everything that I have ideas on people find interesting.
Give us your ideas.
So I had some ideas of stuff about privacy, because there's been a lot of stuff about Facebook in the news recently, and there's sort of
that's a big topic,
data scandals. But I'm not sure how interested people would be in that. We could do something on encryption. We mentioned that earlier in one of the things. Again, kind of links into the Facebook stuff, but again, might not be the most interesting radio show. And then the other thing we're thinking of is how we can relate it to Islam and stuff. Yeah, so we've managed to do it, I think, quite well with the apps, because that's that's a category where there's a lot going on. But I'm not sure there's necessarily other tech subjects that we can link in. I don't know if anyone knows.
I don't know, maybe we could talk about old technology.
You can say that again?
And bring that in somehow. I don't know.
I missed that. What did you say?
Some old technology.
Oh, old technology. Yeah. Like... What kind of old technology? VHS tapes? What?
No, I'm talking like maybe like when Islam first started growing and stuff, and what people were using.
What they were using then. Like I remember one year we played the first ever recording.
Yeah, I was just going to say, actually, we could try and figure out, we could look into how that worked, cool. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, look at the actual technology behind it and what they were using, because they were the ones who sort of started inventing things like maps, for example. Because they had to get around, they had to face the Kaaba, the idea of compasses became really popular with Islam. So yeah, we could definitely cover that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea.
Pretty good idea, I think so.
So tech in the old age.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something we'll have to see if we can dig in. I guess another thing we could do, maybe we could talk a bit about how RFM works as well. If maybe people are interested to hear that.
Yeah. The tech behind it.
Yeah, because you can, if you're watching us on the webcam, you can see there's probably there's a lot of tech in the office. If you visited the Islamic Centre, you can see the radio mast outside, the little trailer that's holding it, that kind of stuff. I'm sure people would be interested actually to know how that works.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Tech behind RFM.
Yeah, I think definitely. So one of the guys who mentioned that Fat Llama, he was saying, can you make a Fat Llama for Milton Keynes and the money raised goes to the mosque? I suppose that's something that each mosque could do if that's something they wanted to.
Yeah.
Was that buying and selling?
There's the renting one. So if the mosque has equipment or something that they don't necessarily use all the time, they could hire it out, I guess.
Yeah, so like this equipment here, we hire in most of it.
I don't know, I guess the PC, for example, I guess it doesn't get used then for the next next year.
No one is touching that. It's full of
That's true, actually, yeah.
10...
All the recordings and stuff, yeah.
I think we bought it in 2014, this one.
Yeah. I think we got it new one. I think the first year I was involved.
It was that year. Yeah. That was the first year we actually switched from iTunes to Radio DJ as well, and made it a bit more automated.
Yeah. So I guess people don't know that before we got the new computer and stuff. With the ad breaks and stuff, they were just saved as playlists. Was it?
It was literally on iTunes.
Yeah.
When I first started, in 2010, it was literally somebody would sit there and create a playlist, and they would have to add up an exact number of hours between like the Azan and the Sahur show, for example.
Yeah, and you can imagine the amount of planning and stuff that would have taken.
Yeah, so if they had like 3 minutes 28 seconds gap, they would look for a nasheed that was 3 minutes 28 seconds, slot it in. And it also relied on people being there on time because there was no sort of backups, nothing like that. So it's a lot more automated, but it still takes quite a lot of time to set up.
So I remember still when we were planning it a few years ago, you still have to kind of... well, the good thing is because you can tell it to stop at certain times, you can just... For nasheeds, for example, it doesn't really matter on the length. You can just sort of throw in enough to cover the gap you're going to have, and then it will... do the rest itself, which is good because especially overnight and stuff, you can just have it. The radio basically runs itself.
Perhaps this will come up on the History of Ramadan FM show that's happening later.
Yeah, I think that's on today, isn't it? What time is that?
I think it's iftar time, so 8 o'clock until iftar.
Okay, and who's going to be doing that?
So that'll be Shamim Suleiman,
okay,
who was the founder of Ramadan FM back in 2009. So
2009. Wow, it's almost 10 years then.
It's 9 years, I think now.
It'll be 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
So I guess next year will be the 10 years. They'll have to do something big for...
a big 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, like a special...
Cut a cake.
Oh, it looks like we've got a call on Skype.
Oh,
interesting. Let's see if we can take that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay, clicking accept. Oh, there we go. Assalamu alaikum. You're live on Ramadan FM.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. I'm probably on a bit of a time delay because I'm listening in from Leicester.
Okay.
But I was just amused when you guys were talking about the playlist for the adverts.
Right.
And I can safely say that when I started the radio, when I was doing it back in Reading, way back when, we actually had tapes. And we used to play tapes, not even CDs.
Wow.
So things have moved on massively, and you guys are doing a fantastic show, and it's really interesting.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate the feedback. But tapes, well, I can't remember the last time I saw a tape.
A tape, yeah. I just while I'm on air, I just wanted to plug the show that we're doing a bit later on today, between 8 and 9 o'clock.
Yep.
On how Ramadan FM came to Milton Keynes, and I hope everyone will be able to tune in for that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's should be a good
interesting.
Show. Yeah.
I'll be tuning.
Yeah. And one of the things we'll have to mention is about Facebook, because that was like freaking me out as well, how people can actually see you guys on Facebook. Before it was the luxury of just not being seen,
so
just being able to talk without anyone knowing who you were. But things, as I said, technology has moved fantastically, and I think it'd be really interesting to hear about how things have moved on in one of your tech shows.
Definitely, we can talk about that. So there's the Facebook. It was literally, I was digging through the random equipment that we had in all the boxes, and we had the webcams. I thought, let's just see what we can do with it. And I remember the first, I think me, Faisal, and the first show we did it on. We didn't even have any audio on the Facebook. We just had the webcam just sitting there and just us.
It was just a test,
just seeing how it goes. And as more and more people got into it, and now pretty much all of it.
Well, keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Okay, that went pretty smoothly. I was expecting a bit of problems with Skype, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, but so usually whenever we seem to get a phone call from any form, it seems to go wrong.
Well, you see, the tech has now progressed.
Yeah, so there you go. We're able to take phone calls now in 2018. That's a big step up, I think.
First phone call I've ever had.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to do it, but I remember you saying something about doing a dance.
No, it wasn't me.
Was it not you?
To do the robot dance.
Okay.
I thought your name was Faisal.
For those of you who've listened to RFM for, I think, maybe the last 5-6 years, you should know Naz is famous for his bee dance.
I don't know what bee dance is.
So I think if you go on the Ramadan FM Facebook page, Thanks to the technology that we had at the time of.
Every year.
No, I think that's the first thing we actually streamed on the Facebook.
Yeah, probably actually.
Facebook webcam. We came in.
Oh, when you made me do it in
bee dance,
yeah.
No, we did it in 2014. We were talking about on the science show about the bee and how it moves its belly and stuff, and then you did a little dance for us. And then the following year, we actually had the webcams.
Oh yeah, and we were going to do it live.
The promotion video.
As we were walking into the studio, he was saying something about a tech dance, and we were saying, "Well, what is the tech dance?"
Faisal's a very technical person, you know. He does all the computer stuff in this place. I was thinking maybe you should do the tech dance, maybe a robot or something.
Maybe we can rehearse one, and then you can do it. I'll teach you how to do it.
You know what I'll do? I'll send you some videos and you can learn.
All right, we'll see about that.
Well, I think so.
It's not very Ramadan thing to do.
Yeah, there's an iftar going on there. What was it? Campbell Park in what's the date? Sunday, the 3rd of June, is it? Or something like that.
Didn't they have one last year as well?
Yeah, so they had one last year in Campbell Park, and they got another one this year.
I didn't get a chance to go. I'm gonna go.
And so yeah, if you're lucky, you might see Naz and you might do a robot.
The event?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in Willen Lake this year, actually.
No, the iftar, not the...
Oh, that iftar, the Bring and Share iftar.
Yes.
Yeah, you should do it there.
I guess I'm going to go in a hoodie this time.
Huh?
Guess I'm going to go in a hoodie this time.
Let me just double check on the date, because that would be good to see everyone who's listening
3rd of June.
Turn up to that.
Sunday the 3rd of June.
Yes, I think that's correct. Yeah, so Sunday 3rd of June, 7:30 at the Campbell Park Pavilion. It's a Bring and Share iftar, so I think, bring a dish if you can. And there should be a lot of people. There's a lot of organisations involved. There's the Wolverton Mosque, there's MK Community Foundation, Truby's Garden Tea Room, Interfaith MK, and hopefully if the weather's nice, it should be good. I know last year me and Faisal got roped into putting up a marquee, which
two marquees
that took quite a long time, and then it didn't rain, so the only thing we did with the marquee was put it up and take it down, which took quite a long time. But yeah, I think we're pretty much at the end of the show now. So, is there any last comments from any of you guys?
No, so I just think that, the apps topic is it's a vast one. There's loads of apps out there.
So definitely we won't have covered all of them.
There's definitely more. I've just thought of one off the top of my head, and that's a khutbah app, perhaps. So maybe that's something we can touch upon for people who want like short khutbahs, short sermons that are
so they're already prepared.
I know there's websites that allow you to download khutbahs, so that could be one as well. So maybe one to discuss on future shows. But I think that tech show on How Ramadan FM, because I've spent the whole of the last few weeks really
saying, "Oh, we've got another call
into the tech."
To interrupt you quickly.
No worries.
Assalamu alaikum, you're live on Ramadan FM.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear it. I just need some advice. Hello?
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 I just need some advice. You see, I'm buying a new iPhone. I'm not sure whether to go for the 10 or the 8. What do you advise?
10 or the 8. It depends on what you're going to do with the phone, I guess. The 10 looks nicer, I guess. It's a bit more of a modern design. But in terms of looks-wise, there's not much drastically... in terms of functionality-wise, there's not much drastically different between the two.
Alright.
But also, if you're looking at getting a new iPhone at this time, it's probably better off waiting until around September time when they're probably going to announce a new one. Unless you're in dire need of one, I'd say hold off.
Okay, thank you for the advice.
No worries.
No problem.
Thank you.
No worries.
Our tech guru there, MTR's giving out his tech advice.
So, luckily that has taken us nicely to the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, we will be back next week, same time, 3 o'clock. We'll put the topic that we decide on, we'll put it on Facebook in advance so everyone knows what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu